Anywhere I go. So thank you very much for making me feel good. It's good to be here with the Council for Opportunity in Education and for all the work that you all do. I want to recognize one of my constituents who is here, Yvette, who's the president of the student body at the College of Southern Nevada. And all of the institutions that have TRIO programs in Nevada and all across the country. We are very thankful for the work that you do to provide opportunity to first-generation college students who would not otherwise have the support that they need to succeed. Just a little bit about me. I am a former TRIO participant. And the first in my family to attend college at the University of Nevada at Reno, go Wolfpack, and have helped all three of my younger siblings be able to attend and graduate from university. So I may have been the first in my family, but I was not the only in my family to receive a college degree. You all know the benefits of TRIO and the fact that it supports 880,000 low-income first-generation students and students with disabilities to complete college. You know that without the support of TRIO and other programs, including Pell Grants, that college would be out of reach for far too many. When I decided to go to college, I was in my senior year of high school, and I didn't have a plan for how I would get into college, pay for college, or maneuver what college really meant for me. It was a high school counselor and an English teacher that told me in my senior year that I had enough potential and that I should go to college. And I believed them enough to pursue that opportunity. Thanks to a lot of support from organizations, from the NAACP to the AXO program to the MLK Committee of Las Vegas, I literally had enough money to only pay for my books and my tuition for my first semester. And from that point on, I had to figure out a way to cover those expenses in part by working. And that's true for a lot of first-generation students and students with disabilities who would otherwise not know what it takes. You also know that TRIO programs provide high-quality education for students, especially in light of what we've had to deal with the college affordability crisis, which has only gotten worse in the last few years. And I want you to know, I'm now the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. And we have the most members of the Congressional Black Caucus at 58 in our history. But it's not only the Congressional Black Caucus that's focused on this. We work closely with our counterparts in the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, the Asian American Pacific Islander Caucus, and we work literally hand in hand to do things such as fight for increased funding in the President's budget for FY24 and the appropriations letter that I co-signed along with several of my colleagues to make sure that TRIO students, educators, and alumni get the support that you've requested in an increase of $170 million for a total appropriation of over $1.3 billion. We know there's still more work that we have to do, but just today I directed my staff to put these priorities in a letter to the administration, and we will be working with the House appropriators and the Senate appropriators, and I want you to know that the TRIO request will be on that list. And I know that you all have worked closely with another great TRIO alum, Representative Gwen Moore, who's a dear friend of mine and a strong advocate for you. But the final thing that I want to say is this: keep holding those in elected office accountable to the promise of what an education is really all about. Right now, there's a lot of debate happening in this country about denying history, banning books, making it harder for students of color to participate in African American studies and anything else that sounds like diversity, equity, and inclusion. But I'm going to tell you this: stay woke. Because really we know that when the word woke is inserted in some of these debates, it means anti-black. It means anti-people of color. It means not putting the investments into those who have been left out, who have been marginalized, who, because of systemic racism and discrimination in this country, from slavery to Jim Crow to the mass incarceration of people even today, it's education that provides that opportunity to dismantle the system of racism and discrimination. It's education that will create avenues for people to go into careers like science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's education that will help people like myself, who was raised by a single mom. My mom overcame drug addiction. She's clean and sober, going on 30 years. And also, it's education that will help people who are first-generation students and those who are aspiring to be full citizens in this country, including DACA and DREAMer recipients, to see the full promise of what comes from earning a college education. My mom, who I just shouted out, also just became a U.S. citizen. She came to the United States from Trinidad when she was just 12 years old with my grandmother. They came to the United States for a better life, for the American dream, whatever that meant to them, and to be able to pursue opportunity. And while my grandmother worked 2 jobs, one as a domestic worker and the other as a hairstylist, my mom went to school. And her only job was to, bring home an education for herself. And it's because she did that for herself that she provided that opportunity for me and my younger siblings. I share that story because there's so many other TRIO students and alum who are representative in the American story that I just shared. Whether it's dreamers, whether it's people who are first generation, the first time going to a university in their entire family, or if it's people coming from circumstances that sometimes they don't know how to make this work. It took me a long time to finish my college degree, but I never gave up on myself and what that degree meant for me and for my children and for the next generation. It's a lifetime of promise. It's a lifetime of wage gain. It's a lifetime of wealth creation and legacy building that we can give to our children and to the generations to come. So I just want to encourage those of you. I know sometimes it looks like things are a little divisive here in Washington, D.C. But TRIO and programs like TRIO are the things that help bring our country together, that help invest in our people in real, meaningful ways. It shouldn't be this hard to get the resources we need to invest in young people and their future. It should not be this hard. So your advocacy matters. You bet your advocacy matters. You were a part of a roundtable that I had, and we continue to try to listen to those who are the beneficiaries of this policy. And the last thing that I will leave with you is, let's just make college affordable for everyone, and then we wouldn't have to we wouldn't deal with the issues of the student debt crisis, the student loan crisis, and the spiraling effect that that has on people, their promise, and their opportunities. So keep up the great work. Thank you for your advocacy. Thank you for having me here today, and I really appreciate the leadership for the Council for Opportunity in Education and allowing me this opportunity to say hello to all of you.